welcome to Mostly Paleo, always delicious. I'm so excited that you're joining us for today's recipe. Today I'll be making lechon, a Filipino roasted pork dish. Today's recipe is super easy and super delicious. 3 ingredients, in your oven, no fuss, no mess. So follow along and watch me today as I make this easy and delicious paleo meal. Today's recipe calls for 1 slab of pork belly, salt, pepper, and garlic powder. So every culture has their own version of roasted pork. In the Philippines, it's called lechon. It's often roasted or fried, and today we're going to make it very simply. All we're going to do is take our skin on pork belly and cut some slices into the skin. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. You just want to cut into the skin. So now that we've got some knife cuts into the skin, into the fat, we're going to go ahead and season our meat. The one thing I want to mention, which is very important when making lechon, is starting off with a piece of meat that has been sitting at room temperature. I took this out of the refrigerator about an hour ago, so it's been sitting at room temperature, because you do not want to start off with a cold piece of meat. So just go ahead and rub that in. We'll go ahead and turn that over. Rub that in as well. That's it, folks. The oven's been preheating for about 30 to 40 minutes. It is at 425. You want to cook this at a high temperature in the middle of the oven. I am going to put this on top of a wire rack so that the air can circulate all around it and get crisp underneath as well. So there's the pork belly on top of the wire rack, and as I mentioned earlier, it's just going to ensure that it's roasted all over completely and evenly. So we're just going to go ahead and stick this in the middle rack of the oven at 425 degrees. We're not going to touch it. We're just going to let the pork belly cook, let all the fat come out, crisp up, and let it do its thing. Here's our pork belly fresh out of the oven. It roasted in there for about 45 minutes. You'll want to check it out about 40. Test the temperature on the inside. And depending on your oven, you might need to let it cook for an additional 15 minutes or more. And then also depending on the size of your pork belly as well. So we're going to let it rest for the next 10 minutes before we slice it. And then it'll be ready to serve. So the pork belly has rested. You can see, or you can hear how crispy that skin is. So that's why the high heat is important. You want it to really render all that fat out of the skin, and then cutting it also helps the fat and the oil release from the skin, getting it nice and crispy like that. So now you can go ahead and cut it, and it's ready to serve. And that's what it looks like on the inside. Still nice and juicy. With a nice crispy skin that I promise you your whole family's gonna fight over. So thanks again for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button if you like this video today, and subscribe as well. Thanks again for watching. See you guys next time.